Hi friends, nice to meet you in another video this week. This week I'm going to show you how to deploy a free VPN server in Azure. You need to pay only for the resources instances which is running under your server. So I'm into the marketplace now. I'm going to search the VPN server, open VPN, and I'm clicking the button create. It will spin up my new VPN under my resource group, GeneBytes free VPN. Okay, and this is my subscription, my resource group, and I'm giving a name for this instance. Okay, and I selected the region where I want to deploy this VPN server. I'm deploying it in central India. Availability options not required, and I have selected the image open VPN server 2.8.5 and size I have selected. There are two options to create the administrator account. Either you can use the username password, or you can create and upload an SSH public key. Okay, next I'm going to the disk. I'm selecting the disk. Since it's a demo purpose, I'm selecting the standard SSD, and I don't want any encryption. I'm selecting the default VNet. In your case, if you have one existing VNet, you can select that. And yes, of course, it's a public VPN server, so I need a public IP. And I have selected the default network security group. If you're sure about the ports you are going to use, you can create a custom one as well. In the management, these are default option. Not much necessary for this kind of a demo. And in case of an advanced scripts and startup scripts, if you want to deploy it here, you can select here. Tags is one of the very important feature. I'm giving a name and a value. For the identification, I have given who created this. I'm clicking review and create. My instance is spinning up now. It will take a couple of minutes. Validation check is paused. Deployment is in progress. I just refreshed the page and it's deployed now. I'm just seeing what are the resources created under it. VPN server, VNet, server IP, network security group. Yeah, the deployment is completed now. I'm going to the resources. See, you can note down what is my public IP, my LAN IP, all those details. You can cross check it from the instance panel. I'm copying my public IP. I'm going to launch an SSH session into my server. I'm just going through the default security groups, network security groups rules what are created, TCP 943 like this, and outbound port rules as well. Okay, I am into a terminal window right now. I'm logging to the SSH section of my server. It's asking for the password which I created earlier. Yes, I'm in the server. Usually what will happen if you log into the server for the first time, it will ask you for some options. You can customize, and otherwise you can use your default option as well. It's asking me whether you want to use this a primary server. I click one yes. And what are the network interfaces you are going to use. I have selected all the interfaces option. And what is the TCP port you are going to use for admin GUI. I have selected 943, and for SSL VPN port I have selected 443. It's asking me if you want to route all the traffic through this VPN server. Yes, I have selected yes. And what kind of authentication you are going to use. I have given local authentication. If you have some other IAM, you can integrate it with this as well. Okay. It's asking me an activation code, but since it's a free version, it will support up to 2 users, so no need for an activation key. It's getting initialized now, running some scripts with the options which I given before. See, the user is adding to the DB, setting the host name, running the configurations. Okay, it's done now. The next thing will be setting up the password for your the admin GUI account, which is an open VPN. So the command is sudo password open VPN. There is a username. You can set the password here. I have given one password. Done. Password updated successfully. Now I'm going to the GUI. I'm opening my public server in my port 943. I'm accessing it. This is my public IP, port number 943/admin. This is the URL. Okay, this is giving me a security error. Just click accept. Yeah, the username is OpenVPN and the password is just now which I created. I'm logging in. This is general license name. Just click agree. Yeah, see here, if you have an activation key, you can upload it here. Otherwise, by default, 2 concurrent sessions are allowed. You can create unlimited users, but 2 concurrent sessions are allowed. And these are general settings like cluster, status overview. If you want to review some logs, you can go to log reports and network settings. Only few settings we are going to modify. Let's review the network setting. It will show my public IP, what is my LAN IP. Okay, see, I can see the port for SSL 443 and what is my listening interface, and you want to access the web server and VPN settings. How you want to route the traffic, you want the communication between the VPN clients, what is the preferred DNS, are you going to use a custom DNS or you are going to use the system inbuilt DNS, all these options. You can customize this as per your requirement. In my case, I'm going to use a customized DNS server. I am giving the Google DNS server, which is 8.8.8. Okay, I'm updating the configuration in the server. Done. Let's go back to advanced VPN settings. Nothing to be changed here. Let's review what are the settings under web server configurations. Okay, and configure CWS access. If you have something, you can integrate with here, but for this demo it's not necessary. And if you want to restrict the access to particular clients, like I don't want Android users to access, then you can customize those settings here. Let us create one test user. The username I am creating is GeneBytes user. Okay, I'm preventing admin access for this user, but this user will be able to connect only the VPN. Okay, the user is get created. I'm going to change the password for this user, or I'm going to set the password for this user. You can enable or disable what are the features this particular user will have. I'm leaving it default. Updating the running server again. Every time if you made a change, you need to run the update server, so that configuration will be written in the server. Okay, let's see what is my IP before connecting to the VPN. It's giving me an IP 5.31.29.88, which is based out of UAE. This IP belongs to United Arab Emirates. Okay, why I have done, because once we connected the VPN, it should show the IP address from India, since our VPN server is hosted in India. Now I have logged in from the admin GUI. I'm going to log in as a normal user and download the configuration file, so that I can import into my VPN client, which I already have in my laptop. VPN client is very easy to download. It's just go to the OpenVPN site and next, then download. Okay, see, The user log profile is the profile which I need to import into my client. It is irrespective of any client. You can download a single profile and you can import it. I'm saving it in my directory. It's downloaded. I'm importing it. Okay, I'm selecting the file which I downloaded already. It's in my downloads folder and file name is client.ovpn. Okay, I imported it. See, it asking me to give the permission. Yeah, I'm allowing the permission for this file profile. Yeah, now it's showing up. I'm going to connect it as a GeneByte user. See the public IP. It's asking me, you want to allow? Yes, I want to allow this, definitely. Yeah, and I'm entering the password which I created in the admin GUI. Oh, one, here we go. It's connected. Yes, it's connected now. Now let's refresh what is my IP page and see what IP I'm getting. Oh, the IP is changed. 52.172.137.91, which is from Maharashtra, India. You see that the ISP also changed. It's Microsoft Corporation. That means that I am virtually inside Maharashtra now. Let's open one website which will open only from India, this website. So I was able to access it, and let me disconnect and see if still I'm able to access it. To make sure I'm disconnected, I'm just refreshing the page and see what I should get back the UAE public IP address again, because the VPN is already disconnected. It's taking a couple of seconds. Let's see, my IP is getting changed. I'm refreshing it again. Yeah, it's got changed now. I'm back to UAE now. Let's try to access the web page which is accessible only from the India. See, it's not loading. That means that our VPN is working fine. That's it, guys. If you have any questions, just put it in the comments. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe. Thank you.